Okay, so today will be the first day of Commonwealth Collection Wave 3 unboxings, and I'm gonna thumbnail. I can already see one sample. Probably not. I'm not even sure if it's anything special, just to emphasize a sample. Honestly, I think these baseballs are weird, but I'm not really much of a baseball fan, or well, any sports fan. In 60 seconds, we get this. Oof, okay, this is gonna be. And I'm broke too, so I'm not gonna afford anything here. Well, I can afford a few things of that. Favorite English character would probably be the Pulseman Pig, due to Bert Porter. Does anyone even remember him? I'm just a YouTube boomer. Again, one from 2009. Erasaw. Okay, I'm doing without drawing out a view, assuming it was even visible. Oh, that was. Nothing too bad. And this is swelled. Oh yeah, wait, I'm wearing a mask. Okay, just face out here.
At Fiverr, we offer 3D rendering services.
I already have Fiverr.
You probably.
No, it's not. Probably gonna turn this down a bit so y'all can hear my voice better, despite the fact I'm closer to the microphone than last time. So I would use Fiverr for like certain things, not for editing my videos, but for some like things that are deaf enough. You'll see later. You'll see later down the line if I can actually get a chance to do it. I mean, FNF was recently updated, I believe, but. I mean, if anyone is going to buy $3,000 worth of sports cards, let me know. Or $4,000, though. I don't have ad blocker. Please say YouTube doesn't allow you to use if you have an ad blocker. Yeah, but ads are the reason why YouTube has this ad revenue. It's also the reason why YouTubers get paid. But yet again, they can't get demonetized too, you know, like with PewDiePie. I think PewDiePie, Super Mario Logan, and well, Logan Paul. Except they all do different variations of things. Logan Paul is being the worst. I think Super Mario and Logan is being like the bottom one for like the offensive plus videos. And PewDiePie, we don't talk about him with what he did to get, you know, demonetized. Or maybe we're just saying this so we can, you know, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. With 0, I guess. Okay, let's see what they got this time. Like, I remember watching the first one. I remember watching the first Commonwealth Collection unboxing, and I passed out. I was me joking, like I saw like the King Pig, and go chugging the fast one.
Welcome to the very first unboxing of the Commonwealth Collection.
Okay, yet again, I don't see anything interesting in the background besides that roof, but please just annoying. So annoying.
Those videos are perhaps a bit punchier, a bit snappier, straight to the point. This will be far more laid back. We're gonna take a look inside the box, see exactly what's in here. I'll ramble for a bit, and then we'll all.
I already did that for like 4 minutes.
Everything we uncover from this unboxing will be going up for sale.
I don't want to donate to my cast up so I can buy these. Just joking, of course, but you know, I'm a 13. I still haven't gotten the job. Wait, no, I'm 14. Oh, jeez. How did I figure my own age?
You're gonna want to be there, lest you miss out on the opportunity of potentially buying it forever. At least from us, that is. And if you're curious as to how exactly the sales work or how things operate around here, I highly watching this video. What is the Commonwealth Collection Wave 3? That should get you up to speed. It's linked in the card, in the description, and the pinned comment. Same goes for the
Jeez, triple.
There's the card, there's the description, and below that, the pinned comment.
Ooh, baby, you tripled. Sorry about that, but
you're a bit of a numbskull. I mean, I can't explain
hey.
it more clearly than how I have. Anyways, on with the show.
Somebody looking big in the background.
So we have our standard 36 by 20 by 12 corrugated box here.
That's the size?
The box that Commonwealth uses to store all their items.
Huh.
Repurposed for the sake of these unboxings.
Which he's struggling with. Someone. Okay, let's see if we can see off the top.
Okay.
Most likely gonna be classic things, that's why we're gonna have the thumbnail.
Get all that going.
Assuming we get one for May 4th, it's gonna be Star Wars related.
Away.
I mean, what's the possible?
Ceremonial plastic bag, of which I have sold none. Throw that over there.
Why?
Okay, this is a classic theme box, so
Got it.
very fittingly, Wave 3 starts with classic.
I don't see anything interesting at the moment.
Right?
Unless those plus sets, with all those plus sets of samples.
We have this second gen Chuck backpack clip in the factory sealed bag. It is a, let's see, touch tag, HK12C11. It's got the blue clip, so this is the worldwide variation besides Finland. Finland got the yellow clip variant. But we don't just have one. Oh no, this is gonna put Devil Red to shame, I tell you.
You've got a whole Emmy.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we're gonna keep going here. We got 25 more of these, okay?
I'm out of fingers.
What am I gonna do with 25? Well, 35 Chuck backpack clips. What am I gonna do with all these?
Why do you have
Well, I don't
35?
think it's gonna be all that popular. I mean, I put a few up for sale in the past, and they haven't exactly been best sellers, and nor have they gone for all that much money.
Why?
So what we're gonna do, the first 35 orders of Wave 3, I will throw in one of these second-gen Chuck backpack clips. They're all identical. They're all the staring design. I mean, it's nothing special, but if you get in the first 35 orders, it has to be a Wave 3 item. I will throw one of these in, because why not, right? Now, I got 35 of them. We had this whole box full of them, and I don't know, tossed quite a few of them in here. Why not?
A whole box?
If I found another box full of these, I could potentially take a bath in them. I think you see what I mean. Devil Red has nothing on this.
Oh my goodness!
We had a whole box of Devil Reds as well, but they're far bigger. Backpack clips are only 3 inches. Grab all of them. Got it. 35.
Oh my word.
This gives you an idea as to how many of these plushies are truly out there. I mean, in one place we had at least 35 of these. Oh, factory sealed bag. Very nice. You can take it out of the bag. You can do whatever you want.
We don't need any more of these things.
I recommend just keeping the tag on.
Why?
Maybe taking it out of the bag. I mean, I
think you mean baby chicks. Should that person say baby chick?
Anyways, moving on. We have a HAL backpack clip.
Eh.
This is a 4th gen HAL backpack clip.
No, that's
This
interesting.
was released in the US and in Canada only, so not exactly the most common backpack clip for
Never mind, so I'm interesting.
international folk, but it's not terrible.
Perita Hrag, whatever that said.
According to the barcode on this guy, or specifically the style number, it says in the back here, this is style number 92237A. So this is from that infamous mix of backpack clips that included the carded bubbles and the carded Stella.
Ooh.
Very desirable backpack clips for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Especially the bubbles, but HAL being a very popular character.
And bubbles appears like as much as well.
Undoubtedly going to be a
The chances of finding a bubble is like the chances of finding
no.
I mean the chances of finding a bubbles backpack clip is like the chance of finding Amberhead's soul. It's impossible.
Back of production plushies touch tags.
Yet again, you can actually find a bubbles backpack clip and not Amberhead's soul, but
Copyright information.
you get a point. That's all to find.
Code HK85. The Mix A usually have the I-12 production code, so I'm not exactly sure why this guy's missing it, because doesn't appear to be anything special besides that. So it could potentially be a sample, but how would I know? So there's that.
You have a whole question of them.
Moving on, we have a 4th Gen red novelty hat. So this was initially released as a 2nd Gen item, re-released in Gen 4. It's got this really big hang tag here.
Usually Gen 4 is the best for starting companies.
It says 8+ on the back. You have to be 8 years or older to wear this novelty hat. And the other thing I find fascinating too is this thing. This is a little plastic bit that's been fastened to the top of the toy. Let's call it a toy hat. It says remove before play. Yes, I'm going to be playing with this thing. It's a novelty hat. Yeah. Let's go play with it. It's going to be so much fun. Anyways, this thing is attached because they want to hang it on a store peg, right? You can't do that without this.
Yeah.
This is not present on the 2nd Gen variations, only on the 4th Gen variations.
So how did this weigh the originals?
Red. That's pretty cool. Kinda like the plush novelty hats. And we also have Bomb from the same assortment, I would guess. They have sewn in labels on the inside here. Of course, the typical 4th Gen label. This is an H12. So this is from, just doing quick maths, August 2012, right?
These tags do not last long.
So it's also got the white plastic bit up top, hanging on the peg, and we have 2 of these. The Bomb novelty hat was never released with the spot. Might have come out as a 2nd Gen release, but also could have been introduced for the 4th Gen. I'm not entirely sure. I know my Commonwealth stuff, I don't know it that well. And then we also have Blue to round out this little trio here. There's also Stella and the Minion Pig. I don't think the Minion Pig
What the fuck should that do?
included in the 4th Gen assortments. Let's see, so this guy's got his hang tag.
Okay, yeah, he's bad.
Label, the plastic bit again. So they never made
Shut
a
back,
new
okay,
novelty
pretty.
hat with the old dead stare design. It only exists with the quasi design.
I mean, I've seen a sample
There
for
was that
them.
other novelty hat that we looked at before that's got the longer legs and the pockets. Those are samples. Those were made earlier. By the time Blue made it into the production assortments, it looked like this. Assuming that's one of the rare novelty hats, right? Blue and Stella are generally considered to be the rare of the 5 that they officially released. Anyways, moving on. We have this Matilda plush here. This looks like your pretty standard Matilda plush. Nothing special about it, but to me it does look a little bit bigger than your standard 5-inch, so this could be a size development sample. It's a 2nd Gen, and looking at the touch tag, it says HK98A11. So it's got a production code on here, but I have seen plenty of plushies that have A11 on the touch tag that are indeed size development samples. In this Matilda, to me, it just looks a little bit off. So, potential sample here. It's got no hang tag to tell you that it is for sure, but just my guess. It's coming from Commonwealth, so anything that's weird, I think I'm safe to assume that it is. Anyways, moving on. We have Bomb here.
Yeah, that one's
It
a
also
sample.
looks like a pretty standard Bomb plush.
The tag says otherwise.
Around and, well, you got this big piece of cardboard that's been fastened to the back, and it says 6-inch toy from FN. So this is a size development sample. This is an official size development sample. So FN, by the way, refers to the factory, I'm guessing. I don't know what FN stands for. It obviously stands for something. It feels kind of similar to how the Good Stuff plush toys, if you look on their touch tags, they can have the production code, well, at least the factory code, BD or FY, as I recall. FN, along those same lines, stands for something, I don't know. The factory code in this guy is HK12, so FN could be HK12. I don't know. I don't know for sure. This guy does have a sound chip, obviously with a squeeze-bee tag. Does it work?
Barely.
It does. Let me put it up to the mic so you can hear. Pretty demonic sounding, as you would expect. He has no spot, by the way, so I'm assuming this size development sample came out, well, not came out, but was done up, you know, after January 2011. They stopped doing these spot bombs somewhere during that month, so it could be from March, February, something like that. I don't assume it was much later than that. It will probably, I'll They were experimenting around with some of these oddball size variations for some reason. And I know for Walmart they did 5.75-inch plushies for reasons that are far too complicated for this little video. But we also did 6.5-inch variations at one point.
What's different?
Those have a barcode on their touch tag. There's an additional touch tag that has a barcode on it. Not to be confused with the Kmart ones. But anyways, I'm getting off on a tangent. Weird 6-inch bomb plush here. Same scale as the Winter Bomb, if you're looking for a reference. Here is another size development sample. This is a Minion Pig. According to the tag, it is a 5.5-inch size development sample from Fantastic Toys Manufacturing. This is a sample submission. We've seen this tag before in the past, right? On some larger plushies, like 8.5-inch, something like that. Red and a pig. This is obviously a much smaller plush. It says some information on here. We have date 2011 3.5. So I'm assuming that's March 5th, 2011. Customer, CW2. That's Commonwealth, of course. Product number, nothing written there. Product name, 5.5-inch, and then some Chinese text that I can't read. Approved for, nothing there. Remarks, nothing there. Backside, product number again, nothing there. Comments, approved by, nothing, nothing. This tag, by the way, is fastened to a deer. I guess that's consistent with the one that we looked at before. No sound, 2nd gen. This guy's touch tag is also HK12, no production code. But I know for sure that HK12 is Fantastic Toys. So this is their formal name. HK12 is their informal name. By the way, if you're wondering what HK12 means, that means Hong Kong 12. 12 refers to the, in Commonwealth's database, they've worked with over 100 different factories in China, okay? This factory is the 12th one that they've worked with, or at least the 12th one in their database, I guess. They did a lot of the plushies really early on, around 2011, or 2010 to 2011. They were less prevalent as we went into 2012 and 2013, but they still kept a relationship with Commonwealth. I don't know. But anyways, this guy's from HK12 from March 2011, the size development sample, just a little bit bigger than your standard 5-inch Minion Pig. Here's another quirky announcement for you. It is the Matilda Golf Club cover. So I know I showcased this a bit in the lead up to Wave 3 in some of the trailers, but here it is officially. And I know there's a weird cult following out there for these people on eBay who spend far too much on these considering what they are, but admittedly they do have their charm. They are just a standard 5-inch plush, a bit understuffed, and they have this sock boot thing on the bottom that allows you to
I don't play golf.
Put it on a golf club, slip it right over, and it acts as a bit of a decoration as you mosey around the golf course. So kind of a ingenious idea. You can sell your old farts on this one. And I'm curious as to whether there are the people out there who are collecting these, but regardless, a brief history for you, because there's a lot of people who aren't exactly familiar with the golf club covers. They're kind of obscure, kind of niche. Commonwealth in 2011, they released a set of 4 golf club covers that included Red, Bomb, Dominion Pig, and later King Pig for some reason. They were released on 2nd gen cards, through 3rd gen, through 4th gen, and all that. They later released Star Wars variants in late 2012, mid 2013, that kind of range. But for the
I remember there being a video about this, like, that's unlisted.
Blue,
Chuck?
or Chuck. We got the missing 3 right here. So for those of you who collect golf club covers, these are the 3 you are missing.
Yeah, and that'll have to be sold for like $275.
Helmet Pig and a Mustache Pig too, but trust me on this, they never made those. I'd like to see them try. Those would be pretty cool. But
as much as I want to make custom, I don't feel like defacing an actual plush just like made probably a table golf club.
Blue is HK85. Chuck is also HK85, but Matilda.
Honestly, Mustache Pig and Helmet Pig always get left out. They left out in the backpack clips. They left out in the minis. Honestly, why are they so hated?
The missing trio. I guess they made Red because he's the main character, right? They did the Pig because you need a protagonist. Well, not a protagonist, you need an antagonist. You need a protagonist with red.
Trust me,
antagonist with
yeah, I know what Savannah Man
and
means.
they also did Bomb because I guess they figured he was the fan favorite, right? He's like the most powerful bird in the game. And then they did King Pig later on for some reason. Don't know why. That one's weird. That's its own little video. Anyways, missing 3 golf club covers. Moving on. We also have a highly requested item finally arriving to the Commonwealth Collection. These are the Commonwealth collectible figurines. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with the 2 packs that they released. They released them in, what, 3, 4 different packs, right? There, I mean, there were 8 characters total, but they were initially released as Red and Matilda. They had Bomb and the Blues, and they had Chuck and the Pig, as I recall, right? They were released on 2nd gen, 3rd gen, and 4th gen cards. Well, for the 2nd gen release, they also did these cool, they're officially called collectible figurine 3-packs. These are collector 10s. I mean, just look at this. Really awesome art on that. They got the sunrise in the background, sun rays, the burst, Commonwealth app toys. They got the entire set pictured on the front. Got red on the top. On the bottom says HK 101 G11 Commonwealth toy novelty. So
that was just made the 101
doesn't
factory.
include the whole set. It's only big enough for 3 of them going across, right? So there are 2 different variations to this collector's tin. There's one assortment that includes, if I recall correctly, it's Bomb, the Blues, and the Minion. The other variation includes Red, Chuck, and Matilda. And from the outside, unfortunately, there is no way to tell which one it is. I mean, I would open it for you, but it's shrink wrapped, and I don't want to take off the shrink wrap in case whoever buys it wants to shrink wrap. You know, complicated situation like that, right? Not really my product to be messing with. I'm assuming whoever buys it will take off the shrink wrap, and when you do, please let me know which ones you get. Now, this thing does have a style number. It's 92226. So that might tell you which characters are inside. I do have 3 of these. 1, 2, and 3. And these are all identical with regard to their style number. So these are all 92226. Interesting. There you go. So let me know if you buy one of these, which ones you end up getting. Because the tin itself is pretty cool. Even if you already had the figures, I think it's worth collecting. They never released this with 3rd gen or 4th gen art either, so it was a 2nd gen only. I believe there were plans to release a larger collector tin with all 6 included, but they only ended up releasing that 3-pack, and it only made it out for one of the gens. Moving on, we have what appears to be a pretty standard classic 8-inch red plush. Staple in everyone's collection, presumably. They're probably the most generic red plush possibly.
Yeah, I got one.
2nd generation, no sound, so it's probably going to be sold on shop.angryBirds.com or something of the sorts. Those plushies obviously did not come with sound. So this is an HK12 C11, so yet another March 2011 plush. We've had quite a bit of that today. Just in immaculate condition, I must say. Yeah, 8-inch red. I don't know what he was doing in the Commonwealth basement if he was meant for shop.angryBirds.com, but here we are. Finally liberated. Free at last. Just like this Chuck. 8-inch. Pretty much companion to that red. The perfect companion if it weren't for this sound chip up here with the squeeze me tag.
Wait, Chuck always used to fix that he's better than Red.
Probably not meant for Toys R Us or something of the sorts. Always meant for Toy Wiz or some other retailer. Perfect condition. Dead stare. He is also a HK12.
Yeah, really big forehead. He looks greenish from that photo.
March 2011, funny business. Here is a 8-inch Matilda. So we have 3 8-inch classic plushies. They're all mint with their tags and all that. She is a HK12 D11. So she is from April 2011. One month later.
Can you please make sure Chosen Berg and I did not get any of these?
We have this Minion Pig 2-dimensional pillow. So this retains a lot of the same elements as the regular Minion Pig plush. Super soft, it's got the felt eyes, got the embroidered details and all that. It's a little sewn-in label down here. No tail, just like the plush either. HK98 G11. your production information. And the barcode on this, I want to talk about this specifically. This says the style number 91481 and the barcode number 222869143. So, bit of trivia for you. 22286. That's what it says on the tag here. Those are the first 5 numbers on the barcode besides the first 0 and the last 3 I'm ignoring those two. 22286 is the internal kind of code for Commonwealth for saying this is an Angry Birds item. So every Angry Birds item from Commonwealth, besides a few ornaments that I've seen, always start with 22286. And then the next 5 numbers will always kind of correlate to that style number that I mentioned. So style number 91481, and then the second.
Yeah, I don't think you have to expect to do that, Maximus, to analyze a poet code.
So apparently this is the 3rd item in the mix. Can't imagine what the other one would be. I know there's a red 2-dimensional pillow, and of course the minion pig here, but
wasn't that sold on like the first one? What these 2 different things?
Red would probably be the 91481. There's gotta be something that's the 91482. If this is the 91483. Regardless, I'm nerding out here. This is a cool pillow, and you should probably buy it. I wish I could have it. Super cool. Okay, more throw pillows. We have this. See, this one is full of beans. This is more of a just kind of printed throw pillow. It's got fleece on the back. It's got a pretty generic, probably from the Angry Birds style guide, print up front. It's got Terrence.
Oh, I wait, what's like a chef style guide?
Chuck, Red, Matilda, looking over some of the pigs with the Angry Birds logo in the corner. This thing's got, it's all just beans, full of little beans, and it's got this big regulatory tag on it. It says, under penalty of law, this tag is not to be removed except by the consumer. So this, for some reason, was something they had to include on this. I wouldn't recommend removing it if you happen to buy this item, but you be you. It's yours if you buy it. This is a 4th gen release, HK102 J12. So this was probably released to market in late 2012, probably December, could be early 2013. J12 is October 2012. Kind of surprising that something like this they would have done in Gen 4, but I guess I can see it. Neat little pillow. And then to go with that one, we have
2 more.
These 2, which might appear identical, yes, but instead of being filled with little beans, they're actually stuck.
Oh,
this one actually has a thicker fleece on the back. It's got the same 4th gen touch tag. It's got the
2D pillow plus 2D pillow plus documentary what?
Unless by the consumer tag here, but it's got no production code. It says HK102, but no J12. So this is a prototype-based sample.
How's for my pillows with Blake's for a pillow
Same
phone?
design on the front.
Oh, so these should be good pillows for a pillow
I
phone.
guess you could buy the pair, and if you got like an Angry Birds man cave or something, you got like a couch that requires 2 pillows, just use these. Make you a neat little decoratory piece. And then interestingly, the fleece on the back of this one is slightly longer than the fleece on the back of this one. So
yeah, I mean it's more
2
visible.
different samples. I guess they were deciding on how long they should cut that back there. Just ended up cutting it really short on the production one. This is more of like your matte fur. This is more like your fluffy fur. Kind of interesting. This next item is of particular interest.
What, is it Nutty Birdie?
It's quite fascinating and revealing when I first saw it. So take a look at this. You're probably wondering what the hell is inside this thing.
Probably 6 figures.
Rather tall and slender, right? Well, on the front,
Yeah,
it
it's
says
slender,
style
man.
number
Like
91846, Angry Birds baseball assortment in display
Oh,
box.
baseball.
6 pieces, number blank of 500. So this presumably is a 1 of 500 box of Angry Birds baseballs. Indeed, Commonwealth made Angry Birds baseballs. They made quite literally everything with Angry Birds on them.
There's Angry Birds by SpongeBob. There's Angry Birds everything.
Check.
There's only 2 pigs.
Oh yeah, so they come in 2 different styles. You've got, of course, you've got red. It's got red on the sides.
These honestly look like amazing display pieces.
Retail display box. Well, you don't want to even want to take it out. looks so good in the box. You got the minion pig. Of course, you gotta have the protagonist and the antagonist. It's also got King Pig on the bottom, so I guess it's just a pig-themed baseball, but...
I might buy...
Of course, you have 6 different ones.
Assuming on like what?
Let me show you.
170...
Assortment once again. So you've got
I guess it'll be like $100 something for these baseballs.
And if you want to do the math on this, so if there are 4 reds, 2 pigs, this whole box itself is 1 of 500. So you're going to have 1,000 pigs in existence and 2,000 reds in existence. So that gives you an idea as to how rare these things actually are.
God.
Obviously, the standard Angry Bird plush toy they made in the tens of thousands.
Holy mother
Well,
of...
these, I mean, for the pig, I mean, there's only 1,000 in the world. I mean, excluding prototypes if they're out there, but that's pretty cool.
I mean, I've like a 1 of 400 plus.
I mean, that's
But yet again, that was from like makeshift Gown Gaming.
2 of them for myself. Gotta love those.
Oh, what happened
Of
there?
course, I'll be preserving the box as well. And the last item of today's unboxing is a bit of an oddball, but that's not anything we're not used to. It is a giant 2-dimensional red throw pillow. So it is about the size of your typical jumbo Angry Bird plush toy. Except this is the...
I'm tempted to say something that's wrong, but... I'm tempted to say something dirty, but I'm not gonna.
Sample. They did not make the 2-dimensional pillow in this scale. It's got a 4th-gen touch tag, interestingly. Can't imagine why they were thinking about releasing this for 2012 or 2013, but it is Commonwealth after all.
Yeah, they do not make sense.
Makers they are. It's quite cool. You can add this thing to your Angry Birds man cave. You'll be the
Does anyone even have...
town.
What not even look like?
So anyway, that will do it for today's unboxing.
That was kind of lame.
Novelty heavy, I guess, for those who are into that. Quite a few obscure novelties as well. You got the golf club covers, you got 2-dimensional throw pillows, you got regular throw pillows, you got baseballs, of course. Those are a personal fascination of mine. You got some plush toys here and there, but not as much as we've seen in the past. Of course, a bunch of
Chucks.
Backpack clips or something. Find something to do with those. Anywho, if you're interested in any of these items, be sure to check out the eBay shop next week, May 4th, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Please tell me May 4th is going to be Star Wars related.
For more complaints, you can let me know in the comment section below. And with that, I say, peace out.
Okay, that was, not gonna lie, that was the kind of lackluster with the kind of samples, so. It was pretty good, but some of the samples, but compared to some of the other unboxings, it was kind of lackluster, but it's still pretty good. I will try to get a sample. I mean, there's probably like only one that I can actually afford, and I still need to watch the sign, but anyways, thanks for watching my video. You guys can leave now since I have nothing else for you to see. Happy May 4th, everyone, or as the Star Wars fans call it, Star Wars Day. And for Star Wars Day, we got this, the Commonwealth Collection 2 Star Wars Edition. Looks like we've got, what I can see, Lando, Jango, Boba, or no, Jabba. Let's see, Darth Maul, Boba Fett. I'm pretty sure that's Obi-Wan. Let's see, we got 4-inch Anakin, a 5-inch, I think, well, no, Grievous. You get a 5-inch droid and a 5-inch V2 of, well, you know, Greedo. I haven't, well, I'm still on both sides. Yeah, I'm still trying to, yeah, that 5-inch layer was a bit confusing. Like, the Matt Phil one in the question video. I'd tell you, but I would have to like go to an hour worth of footage from like the actual, I think, like collection video just to find it. And well, editing takes a long time. Like, why do you think the first video for the Commonwealth collection took so long to upload?
Cracked windshield on your new car? You don't have to take it to the dealer.
So I'm only gonna like this one a lot more than the first one.
We do more replacements and recalibrations than anyone else.
I buy premium, but I'm too broke for that. Oh god. Well, yeah, I mean, you're probably saying about buying the whole thing, but you know, I'm like the first man to get like the. Pretty sure that's the only 8-inch like Matt for, you know, what was his name? Mace Windu. Or no Windu. Oh, just. While I haven't sampled myself the pink McDonald's pig, it's not Commonwealth, and well, while I do want a Commonwealth sample, they are really expensive, and I do not have that much money left. I mean, I do have like $2,000 worth of sports cards I tried selling, but the card shop was not interested. If anyone here wants to like buy them, I'll be willing to sell them, but that's not like most of them like cheap like 1-cent cards or like, I don't know. I think like cheap 1 cent or like it's like I know it was like 2 cards there worth $300, but other than that, you know, not really much. Yeah, every Star Wars day. It's gonna take, you know, I actually plan on drawing my characters in the Star style, but that's gonna take me like way too long. Like I got to draw like I think 20 characters, like in the style of Star Wars, like as the characters, which will take me a while. But I also gotta do things like mermaid, like it's basically draw like a mermaid thing every day or something like that. Which again on my characters, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dang it! I still can't snap. Boom.
May the 4th be with you.
Yeah.
You'll be seeing this all over the internet today, which means that today must be Star Wars Day.
It is.
And what better way to celebrate than by opening up an entire box full of Angry Birds Star Wars 2?
Larby birds.
Indeed, the whole box. And yes, for those who are new to my channel, these are legitimate Angry Birds Star Wars 2 prototypes by Commonwealth from...
Oh, is it? Oh, I do not like that Chuck over there.
Entire documentary dedicated to these, so be sure to check that out if you haven't done so already. I've also made several videos detailing how all of this is even a thing in the first place. For my returning viewers, if there was a character that hadn't appeared in the previous unboxings,
New blue
and
milk.
after, there's a good chance it's inside this box. If not, better luck.
That doesn't box.
Though admittedly,
Yeah, it is
after this
some crypto.
unboxing,
Wait, someone pick
my
up the
supply on these will be significantly diminished.
Star
But
Wars. There's
everything
no.
does appear
Helmet
in
Pig
the
wasn't in
box
Star Wars, and I doubt they made a sample of
on
him.
my eBay shop, starting May 11th at 9
I had the blue milk the other day. I had a hint of vanilla.
Though, fair warning,
That's just what I call light milk,
these
vanilla
items will
milk.
not be cheap. They are dual licensed, they are highly desirable, and of course they are limited in quantity. And
Yeah.
plus, I don't want to see them ending up in the wrong hands. That would be rather unfortunate. Don't blame me though. I'm just the middleman, okay? If you don't want to buy these, I'm not going to force you to. Special items require special buyers, and that's ultimately what we're after. But anyways, enough of my
It's not my fault I'm broke.
Here to see merchandise.
Just say poor, then with the broke. I'm not actually poor, I'm just middle class, but I don't get an allowance, so.
It probably was extremely lame. Let me try that again, okay?
Even boy, William. How's that a big one, my friends? Okay, let's see.
Pretty easily.
Let's see what's in this box. I got a body figured out.
Then that
Okay,
passed.
hold on. I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna make sure I don't do the same mistake as I did from the like small creative video, like the first reaction, full screen.
Small to large.
Oh come on, we don't even get to see it. We don't even get to see the box. We don't even
For this,
get. We can't even see. Okay, I can see one item, which I believe says an Ewok.
start. Let's give it a treat. We have Sith Apprentice Anakin. But you didn't expect to see this little guy.
Yeah.
This is the 4-inch mini.
But those only one.
In the Star Wars 2 documentary. This is the face of Angry Birds Star Wars 2. I
thought it was only one of them.
Character of the prequels. And they didn't even bother to bring it to Toy Fair 2014.
Huh.
I mean, how does that even happen? To be fair, this is the oldest
Sorry.
of all.
Hair on my
This
mouth.
dates back to December 2012, as I recall. And he's just brilliant. Just give you a chance to look at him. I mean, we didn't even know about this guy until I got involved with Commonwealth. There isn't much more to say about him.
When
I
it,
mean, rip to your wallet if you decide to buy this guy.
how much is he?
But just know, you're getting a wicked cool piece of merchandise.
I'd buy one if I had like $1,000
being
or
said,
something.
I mean, he's the only duplicate of the 4-inch minis that we have.
Oh.
The rest of them are one of one. So that's the Padawan Anakin. That's the 3 Obi-Wans that I showed in the Star Wars 2 documentary. How about the young Anakin from Episode 1? That one we still haven't found. I have no idea where that one is, but
Oh man.
I fear it's moved on to greener pastures.
No.
It's gone. It's incinerated.
Good morning, Commonwealth Collection.
That or it's hopefully still with the factory in China, but I sincerely doubt that.
Honestly, if I got a chance, I would go look into that factory in China myself just to try to find that thing.
Episode 3, Anakin. So this is your chance to
Still, I didn't expect to see a young Anakin get silhouetted like that. I didn't expect to see a young Anakin get gleams.
the Commonwealth tag.
Like I completely forgot about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate in that one
I
scene.
mean, you've seen many copyright dates that just don't matter. This is another one of those. Air is super soft, got matte fur,
Just don't get why he was the one that got another sample.
gorgeous belt.
But yet again, it's probably gonna be like the only chance anyone here will have of getting like a perfect
He
like
doesn't have a scar.
like
that would make him
Anakin running.
even better, but he's based on one of the really early renders of Anakin. They did up.
Still trying to figure out what happened to that young Anakin when he like. Unfortunately, it's probably gonna be like Reese the Bulldog, and it's either somewhere in China or was destroyed.
Sith Apprentice Anakin. He is the only
What do you get from burning a sample, anyways?
Here is the 5-inch slave.
If anyone from my school is watching, don't even think about saying anything in the comment section, because I will delete it.
I don't know exactly why this plush in particular used matte fur, but it's just what they ended up doing, I guess.
What's like?
I still maintain that he has the perfect
Him.
stellar face. I mean, look at that. Perfect.
Pretty sure they just hold on.
Pretty much,
Pretty sure they just reused that design for like. I would say they used the redesign for the Stellar Plush, but there are some clear differences in this one and that one.
Princess Leia in Star Wars 1 and 2.
I'll just put it there.
Particular Princess Leia, you can't play.
Yeah. Those look like they used the. Those look like they did redesign a bit for the thing with Stellar Plus.
Don't you dare take that up context.
It's someone I got from my one hand.
Let's go with the second variation.
Greedo work.
Greedo. This is the 5-inch variation, of course.
This one to appear too.
Some people will prefer the
God.
Star Wars 1 render, others will prefer the Star Wars 2. I happen to be in the latter camp. I think this particular plush is...
Why am I getting so many hairs in my mouth?
We actually see, for the purposes of that game, if you look in the character encyclopedia, this is what you'll see. And mainly I prefer just because of the eyes being the correct color. These are actually purple, unlike the silver on the first variation.
I honestly thought those were white purple, like the ones on the first sample.
Slimmer nose. I mean, actually, we can compare right
Because
here.
that looks like white purple to me.
First variation of Greedo.
I might be somewhat colorblind, but that just looks like white purple.
Star Wars 2.
Right, it's not white.
Like I said,
The words sound similar. It's not my fault.
Others will prefer the second version. I think I would like the first version more if it just had the correct eyes. It'd be cool if there was a version out there that did have that, but
No.
not that I've seen anyways. So
Nah, there's no documentation, so one probably doesn't want to do this.
Star Wars 2. You pick. You got your pick of the litter here, I suppose. These are the only ones that we have, at least in 5 scale.
Okay, I guess that means the only 5-inch one was sold off to General Cryptor that has tags.
The General Grievous pig. We've seen this guy in the past, right? We've seen several of the 5-inch one.
Several?
It's like they made quite a few of this guy. I don't exactly know why.
They made 7 in
Doesn't
one.
appear to be any different than the previous ones. Still has all the inaccurate colors and all that. It's the weird lavender colors. At least the eyes look cool.
Anyone here want to cast out me some money so I can buy one?
Decision to use brown.
For any sample in this video?
Really strange, but great looking plush nonetheless. I think it looks good as a standalone item. You have no reference to the game at all. You had no idea that the General Grievous in the game looks nothing like this. I think you'll enjoy this plush more. And clearly people have, because we've had good success with selling General Grievous.
And then
It tells that he's a quite popular and iconic Star Wars character.
I mean, actually, not one person made that little funny video when they got him.
Yes.
I'm trying to include it if I can, but
Negotiator.
I'm pretty sure that most people here know what that is.
Here we have the Silver C-3PO, not to be confused with other silver droids from the Star Wars universe.
TC-14.
This is the second variation, so this is probably...
I don't care if it's a Silver C-3PO, I'm calling it TC-14 because that's what I know.
its appearance with respect to the game, though I think I've stated before that I like the darker, earlier version, just stylistically, but I think objectively...
So we didn't get Padme or Count Dooku, but we got this thing.
It's just a recolor of the Wave 2 C-3PO plush. I mean, quite literally, it's the same exact pattern. There's nothing different about these.
Looks bigger than the other.
But, there you go. Silver C-3PO. I may not go into as much detail on these here. If you want a more detailed explanation on any of these plushies, like I said, go watch the Star Wars 2 documentary. I think I say everything I can possibly say about all these. Here is the really tiny.
That one's gonna sell out. That one's gonna sell immediately.
Small size.
Yeah, 'cause so far every single time I've seen this guy get listed, he sells the second list. Although it only has been listed one time, but still.
There's the 8-inch and the slightly
Seeing his side be
larger.
damaged like this just hurts me.
Measured in a different way because Commonwealth didn't exactly know how to measure a plush that looks like this.
Yeah, it's slug.
Longer than it is taller, which makes it quite the dilemma. This thing has the Star Wars 2 hang tag, which for all intents and purposes is identical to the Tesco and Costco tag, but it's cool to see it's still on the set it was originally done up for. I just gotta love Jabba. Look at how amazing this plush looks. It's such a fantastic job. And it still baffles me as to how that 8-inch variation that was photographed at Toy Fair, I mean, how did that thing fit inside the retail display box? I mean, look at how long this guy is. There is no way you were getting that 8-inch variation inside that.
That's actually a good question.
Retail platform. And that image is just an optical illusion. Credit to Commonwealth, though. They set up that illusion well. But anyway,
If that somehow still exists in the box, I want to see how that works. But again, we've seen no box characters in this
anyway,
in this
here is the 5-inch first variation of Ewok, or Wicket.
That might be one I buy.
This particular character.
If
This
assuming
one
how
is
it $2,000.
Slingshot in the back, which I think is a worthwhile little detail. That makes the first variation superior in my opinion, even if it doesn't have the embroidered stitches or anything like that, but it still has the buck-tooth teeth. It's got the really fuzzy fur all over. It's got the really cool cloak.
What kind of bird
This one
is that?
even has the Star Wars 1 hang tag. Again, just amazing. Absolutely love it.
So far, we've seen no general
Well,
wheels
it's
with
so
tag,
adorable
which I'm pretty sure they may
and
not
awesome
have.
plush. You're telling me if they didn't release this thing, and they could have at least put it in a Star Wars 1 set. I mean, this
Yeah.
thing, on its cuteness factor alone, I think this thing would sell. But then
Yeah,
again,
but-
in 2016, 2017, when they were selling those abominable hatchlings, those things did not do very well.
We don't talk about the
Mom
hatchlings.
thinking they would, because they're not this cash grab, but
You don't talk about the
this is something
hatchlings,
different.
because like he
Star
said,
Wars
it is Rovio minions.
the
Which,
Star
we all
Wars
hate the
version
minions,
of
don't we?
Minions.
See?
Kind of.
Yeah.
But they have more plot significance than that. They're not useless, right? Yeah. Super cool plush.
I mean, the
Need this
minions
if you
did.
wanna have
Not so much about the
a Star Wars
hatchlings.
1 plot, I suppose. Right?
So you see, the second movie though is
More
a
Star
fever
Wars 1
dream.
characters. Here is the Crimson Guard, the Royal Guard. This is the final variation. There are quite a few variations.
Oh, God.
That relies most heavily on flying. But as you can see, this one also has the Star Wars 1 hang tag, so a fitting tag for the game it comes from. You want to put the cloak outward. This it's gonna naturally rest like this if you put it on display. But just make sure to fold these out so you get this accurate look. So the vinyl kind of sucks that they were using that, but I mean, it's held up well here. Just be sure you don't.
I just remembered that vinyl cracks. Now I remember why that. Now I remember why it's such a bad thing, because over time vinyl will crack and melt.
I mean, don't be me, okay? Don't be me and just putting all these prototypes on the shelf. Now, I dust them, I take care of them and all that, but you don't want to be doing
I mean,
that.
there's the E102 Gamma,
You just
you
want to
know,
put it in a nice
from the Sonic Adventure set.
closed.
That plus ages horribly.
Make sure it's out of the sunlight.
And no, I don't mean the Jack specific ones. I mean,
Crimson Guard, super
what
cool
the-
plush. Just,
what-
wish that second variation
or that
had
whatever
the
they're the ones called. I meant the one from like the original 2000, like 2, the one that came. I don't know what the heck Sonic Adventure 2 is. I can't remember. I don't remember much from Sonic.
Here it
Okay.
is. The 5-inch Boba Fett. This is the final 5-inch Boba Fett that we have. This is pound for pound, then the most popular character over the Commonwealth.
Wait, the
collection.
final one.
Every time we have listed one, it is sold instantly and for huge dollary dues. I get it.
Yes, sir.
Bubba is obviously one of the most iconic Star Wars characters of all time. I think a lot of his merchandise generally goes for...
Yeah, like that rocket-flying Boba Fett.
Plush is no different. Now, this one is slightly different than some of the ones I've listed in the past. We've listed the second variation, at least the more final variation, twice, and we've also listed one of these more first variants once. That one had the 2D jetpack print on the back, so this is the first time the regular one with no jetpack first variation is showing up. This one has the hang tag, of course, the Star Wars 1 hang tag, which is obviously a nice little touch. Despite it not being the obviously superior second variation, I mean, this is your last chance. If you want Bubba, you gotta pick this guy up. And
Yeah.
he will probably sell instantly, no doubt. We'll see how that goes. Now, pretty cool. 5-inch Bubba. And then the last 5-inch plush,
Oh, that's strong.
is this Jabba the Hutt plush. This is the slightly larger, technically 5-inch variation.
Sounds a 4-inch.
Here's the regular 5-inch, and this is the slightly larger 5-inch. Hang tag on this thing is just absolutely massive.
Oh my.
5-inch plush. And you think the regular 3.5-inch Star Wars tag is huge? Take a look at that. Really, I think I've seen this tag in person before. This one actually does have a style number, 93171. Not sure if that's reused from a different Star Wars plush, but if you're on Jabba,
Because in the fact none of my Star Wars plushies have tags, I can't really check.
it's more like your 6.5-inch Jabba, I guess. Call this your typical 5-inch scale, but officially they're both the 5-inch, just measured in a different way, I suppose. This one might be lengthwise, and this one might be diameter. But I'm not exactly sure. I'm not Commonwealth. I don't measure plush toys. Not that they know how to measure these things anyways. They're
Especially the Mighty Eagle.
infamously horrible at that.
Yeah, that Mighty Eagle plus is one way of saying it.
There. Alright, moving on to the 8-inch plushies. Let's start with Boba Fett.
Again.
Second variation of Boba Fett. We just talked about this guy. This is not the 5-inch variation.
Most likely will sell immediately yet again.
8-inch doesn't appear to have any...
If someone actually gets you is Boba Fett, try to get on pawn stores with that thing, because I would like to see what they, because I want to see what the pawn store would pay for that thing. Get public. We'll give you 10 cents. It's something like that as well.
Jetpack back there. Got the bullet gash and the tally marks front. Got the more beam accurate color. Super sick. I know there's a lot of people who've been looking for a Boba Fett in the larger scale.
What a gamer.
They collect the 8-inch. We have to pull one up for sale yet. There he is. 8-inch.
Honestly,
Boba Fett.
honestly, he looks a lot bigger than 8-inch from just from. Honestly, I don't know what size he'd be, but he looks a lot bigger. Oh, another
We
one.
anticipated being such a popular character, we have 2 of them. This one, the jetpack is in a little nicer shape than the other one. But this one, interestingly, the tally marks have a gash in them. I'm not sure if that was
Oh, no.
intentional, or if that's just a defect.
Defect.
It almost looks intentional, looks like a scar. I'm not familiar enough with Boba Fett and the universe of Star Wars to know whether it was actual detail that was on the character, but
It's
I
most
don't
likely
recall
a
their name reverts, so that might just be a defect.
Yeah. That's it.
Second.
Probably a few hundred knocked off of
Boba
that.
Fett. Got 3 Boba Fetts. in
Wait,
today's
what?
boxing. And you can
Oh.
put his father in there too.
Yeah,
Here's
right.
the Jango Fett plush. So, as I pointed
The
out in
Jango.
the Star Wars 2 documentary, he is not identical to his son, Bubba. Got some slight differences.
I feel bad for people with the name Bubba because, well,
Exposed.
it's just a weird name.
This is
No
the
offense.
Second variation, which doesn't have the all gray targeting rangefinder up here. It's got the blue accented one. This one has the partially 2D, partially 3D jetpack, and very curiously has a Star Wars 1 hang tag. And that's a large hang tag. Here's Jango. This is another extremely popular character in the Star Wars cognoscenti. Finally, 8-inch variation for sale. No mold on it this time either, so that's a plus.
That is a push. Yeah, that was.
Moving on, we have the second version of Rito. Again, but of course, this time it's the 8-inch variation. Take note of its hang tag, formed enough to attach to its ear of all places. Like some of the minion bids that we looked at, but it's the smaller scale Star Wars 2 hang tag. On the back, I saw it has a style number 93367. I believe all of these plushies have style numbers, but only some of them actually have a sticker that says what it is. It's always going to be placed over the barcode, just as far as I see. This one actually says HK102 on the hang tag. Like
Hong Kong 102.
This comes from that factory. No. The touch tag on this guy says HK98, so the hang tag isn't even... I mean, if you want evidence that the hang tags don't matter, there's more evidence for you, I guess. This thing is just placed on here because what they have lying around, I guess. That can also explain why it's placed on his ear.
I guess they ran out of tags for General Grievous because I haven't seen one with the tag yet. Doubt there actually is
better
one.
than the 5-inch one, just because the 8-inch brings out the detail even more. A funky little guy.
Honestly, I wish the Star Wars 2 plushies were released because then I wouldn't keep going book. I wanted to buy one.
Second variation, and perhaps the more desirable variation of the young Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, that's true.
The other main characters of the prequels, and Anakin, they're kind of the faces of the franchise.
Oh yeah, wait, there's also an Anakin Anakin.
And generally, as far as I've seen, the community tends to prefer this design.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. I prefer the first variation just because I think the face looks more like
It's just more visibly. This one's just more visibly appealing to me, at least.
all of its renders. I think the facial hair color on the first variation is a bit better.
Okay, that's true.
Admittedly, the hair on this guy, I think that's the main draw, is far more accurate and is, I mean, I think they're equally soft, but just a treat every time you get to touch that. Such an amazing hairdo. Gotta love that. And it helps that this guy's in perfect condition.
No tag.
Keep it that way by this guy. Unfortunately, these second variations of Obi-Wan are one of one, so the 5-inch
Oh.
we've kept in our personal stash is the only 5-inch one in existence. And same goes for this 8-inch guy. So this is your only chance of getting the second variation of Obi-Wan.
I knew you were willing to bet that Water Game was gonna end up getting it.
Pocket on the right. More accurate hairdo and this determined yet angry expression.
Honestly, the 8-inch. Honestly, Obi-Wan, the second variation was like one of my.
Doesn't matter which one you
Was one of my gets, but now that I know it's a one of one, I'm giving that one because, well, too bad.
Okay, here's a
Pawn it up, so.
second walk. This is the second variation as well, like Finland. But because of that, it's also lacking the slingshot around.
Oh.
Where it lacks, it gains some detail. It's got the accented belt going all the way around. Got the extra embroidered stitches here on the side over here. And it's also got those glistening eyes that the first variation lacks. And also has a Star Wars 2 hang tag. It's got a style number as well. It's got 95680.
Look at this one to come off.
HK102. Of course, the factory in this guy is HK98. So, once again, another tag that was just kind of slapped on here.
Toys are coming to made in either Hong Kong, China, or Taiwan. This one being one.
Take care of that by this guy.
If I just work somewhere, if I'm correct, this is. If I'm correct, this thing says it's Min Chan on the foot, but. Yeah, China. What?
I assure you, the character is slightly different than the one that we looked at.
So there's two variations.
Snowtrooper pig, but obviously one of the earlier samples. It has this quite bizarre case of this double cloak.
So there's two of them?
Layer cloth here. One here, one here. And interestingly, somebody thought it was a good idea to use this guy as an art canvas because he has random pen markings on him. There's one up by his ear. Got this bit on his forehead here. There's another another one. Yeah, it's another one going.
Yeah, that's definitely going to bring the value down a lot.
What the heck was going on with this guy? It's absolutely bizarre. I mean, if you pull the cloth up, it doesn't look so bad. It's a little cursed. But, the pen makes it look pretty despicable, I might say. But maybe you find this interesting. And, maybe you like this fascinating history. I have no idea why there's pen marking here. You want to indicate that you want to add detail here or something like that? I don't know. It's like marking, this is where you want the sound chip to go? Who knows, man?
None exists with sound chip.
This thing is completely bizarre. And then this second one faces a similar dilemma to the first one, as this piece of fabric going all the way around and covering the whole body.
How many variations of the Snow Trooper is there?
I flip it up for you. You can see it doesn't look too dissimilar compared to the regular Stormtrooper pig. That is really bizarre. It has almost these hand-done eye cutouts. Otherwise, the cloak would just cover the whole entire body, including the eyes. But obviously, you want to see those dark black pupils.
If these are reason, I can tell it would be a lot of factory samples where it would cover the eyes.
I don't think it's accurate to say, though, that this would be a budget ghost pig. Can't imagine not going for a pretty penny, but I guess that depends if someone's into something like this. Maybe you prefer the ghost pig look, maybe you prefer the pen markings, or maybe you prefer the final variation, which I guess I probably would. This guy...
Honestly, as much as I want to get one of these samples, like I said multiple times in the past,
actually quite a bit
I'm broke, and well, the reason I would afford the samples out on my desk is because I got them off some Chinese website, Taobao. I wonder, anyone here still use Taobao, or the reason I was actually able to get those little samples because I found them off Taobao and someone on eBay. Probably those, along with the pink mini pig, are probably the only the samples I ever have as well.
Star Wars 1?
Well, the samples in general, because, like I said, on multiple separate occasions, and I'm not going to repeat it, because, honestly, no one likes when I repeat myself, so I'm just going to stop.
3 different snowtroopers. Development sample, of development sample, development sample, of development sample, and development sample. Sure.
Honestly, I want to see the Spider-Man I honestly want to see the Spider-Man pointing me with these 3. Well, so you can't really point, but I just want to see them like facing each other.
Speaking of lineages, we have yet again the Royal Guard.
A lot better one too.
With a keen eye, we'll be able to tell that this is not a Star Wars 2 development sample. It is in fact a Star Wars 1 development sample. And the touch tag will bear that out. It is a generic 3rd gen touch tag with no reference to Star Wars.
That one's going to be expensive.
HK98. Production code or anything like that. So if you didn't know, the Royal Guard is meant to be a part of that original mix of Star Wars plushies released all the way back in late 2012. And we kept getting pushed back until he was a part of that 3rd mix, which never transpired. And he was added to the...
Yeah, I mean, we only ever got like 2 pig plushies for like the entire Star Wars that was
All of it
released.
was canceled. But this is the best version of the Royal Guard they ever made, at least in my estimation. First Royal Guard that they made. It's got the embroidered eyebrows, it's got no vinyl at all, and it has the full. Hard to beat this one.
Yep.
You can see the downgrades taking place with this one right here. This one was also a part of that original mix of Star Wars development samples from the first game with this 3rd gen touch tag, but it's got the vinyl face. I think this particular design was later repurposed into the Star Wars 2 development set. It's probably the last design they worked with the original run they did in 2012. And in 2013 they resurrected it and changed it into the design that we saw in the 5-inch one. So it gets to keep the fork, but obviously no eyebrows. It's got the weird textured vinyl face. It's no contest, really. This one is clearly superior. Here is the first variation of Lando Calrissian. This one, of course, is the blue robes as opposed to the purple on the second variation. I think objectively speaking, the second variation is more game accurate, but this one...
I remember a while back I made a comment about it looking like a Star Trek character because black pants, blue shirt, design. No one agreed with me, but I can get why. So stars and Star Trek didn't come until like years later, but still.
This one is in pretty nice shape. It's got some weird plastic fasteners that are on the underside.
I'm guessing that man was tied to a box.
Also got one in his hair. Might do a bit of cleanup on this plush, but
yeah.
Otherwise, it's a pretty nice looking Lando. So, yet again, another character from Star Wars 1, repurposed for Star Wars 2. Or at least what we call Star Wars 2, but Commonwealth calls Star Wars Wave 3.
Oh, another wave.
A more apt name for it. Here is the Slave Leia, yet again, but of course this is the 8-inch variation, so you get the fluffy fur upgrade, which makes this plush so much better. Do I wish the 5-inch version got it? Of course I do. There's the big hang tag on the side, with the barcode stickered out. The Star Wars 1 tag for a character that appeared in the cutscenes in Star Wars 1. Fantastic looking plush. Cool braided hair in the back, which could be awesome Stella face. Here's little feathers coming up. Very awesome. Of course, the bra for those of you.
Really? It took me like a year. It took me like 2 years to figure out this thing is raising one of its eyebrows.
And then the last
Just noticed that.
unboxing.
Darth Maul.
Basically the one t-shirt. It's Darth Maul. A lot of people have been bugging me about this one. I don't know if it's the variation.
I was one of those people.
Here he is nonetheless. The first design, 8-inch variation. This one, of course, has all the...
Considering the fact the last one went for like $800, this one's gonna be the same.
He's got the horns that go all the way around. He's got the gray tunic. It's collar at the back as well. Printed. Very nice. Be sure you flip the collar up. You don't want it drooping down like that. That doesn't look nearly as good aesthetically.
Yeah.
I believe this will be the second one that we put up for sale. First variation, I believe, was the same. Sans the not touch tag, the side tag that this one gets. So that's a nice little bonus. The barcode is stickered out. This one, of course, has the teeth up front, similar to the Go helmet pig that we looked at in the past. That appears to be the only bit of the plush you may have to clean. Got some orange artifacting on there for some reason, but the rest of the plush looks good, remarkably, despite the vinyl. Testament to how well these were kept over the years. But Maul, honestly, better looking plush as
As much as I want to get this one, I'll wait for the slight possibility.
Full, right? And so, that'll do it for today's unboxing. Be sure you tune into the eBay shop, May 11th, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have any comments, questions,
I might just be camping until 9:30 just so I can try to get one. At least that's what I would do if I had money.
Peace out.
Yeah. Okay, that was definitely a lot more interesting than the last one. My son is in the player's Blue Squadron. Blue Squadron was from like the first game. Assuming the fact that he does one for, if he does one for like the first Star Wars game, that's probably when the Blue Squadron is going to appear. So I don't know why people are going to argue about it. But still, this was definitely one of the best ones I've seen. So many different Star Wars 2 characters. Will I try to get one? No. But still, I definitely enjoyed this. Thank you guys for watching this video. Now, have a good day.